Hey everyone, it's Bob, and I'm going to record my first draft with Strixhaven. It's currently April 16th, so this set just hit Arena yesterday. Haven't had a chance to play it yet. I looked over the spoilers. Looks like an interesting set, but you know, kind of going into this sort of blind, not really knowing the archetypes that well, other than, you know, you stick to the colleges. You want to draft enemy colors, and we'll just see how this goes. It's probably going to be pretty bad. Q pop pretty quickly. Okay, so got a rare as a land. That's never all that great. So I mean the archive cards are just going to throw everything off. Like this, they're just crazy. So aggressive magecraft, snow days, a good kind of like tap stuff down. Maybe get through. I really hate drafting like gold cards first, but this seems to be the type of set where you almost have to. A lot of token creators, a lot of weird designs like this, you know, a big beater type guy, but it's got Scry 1 for tap. There's a life gain sub-theme and some of the color combinations. I'm going to take this Witherbloom Pledge Mage because it's a hybrid card, so I mean it could go into a black deck, it could go into a green deck, so I'm not like don't need to be in Witherbloom for it to work. So we'll give that a try. I'm not seeing anything else super exciting. Wow, Day of Judgment. Okay, I mean that's a card. It's definitely a good card. You know, I can draft the Day of Judgment, so I mean if I'm in white red, well, white red likes a lot of graveyard shenanigans, so you know, losing my creatures to that is not a big deal necessarily. Just see what else we got. This says a 1/1 counters matters. Pretty expensive though. That's just straight removal. I always like removal. Probably going to go for the Mage Hunters. Trample Lifelink, 3/3. Pest Summoning is a lesson. So we have lessons to deal with too. So they're the cards that learn, and they can you can either draw a card and discard a card, or you can search for a lesson, which is in your sideboard. I don't know. It's an interesting mechanic. So it's basically a 2/1 flying creature. Relic Sloths. Value creature. We get that 3/3 Trample Lifelinker again. Go Blank's a discard. Apprentice is an aggro card. I'll let you draw stuff. Sacrifice creatures. So it's a grizzly bear that can double its power and toughness. Yeah, I'll go with that for right now. Well, no, actually I'll go with the Inkling. That still puts me in potentially mono black. You know, I could go black-white or I could go black-green. But those are basically all black cards. So that learns when it comes into play. So I mean, I could have the Inkling summoning in the sideboard and then pull it up with the learn. Creature gets 1/1 and lifelink. It's not terrible. Okay, something like this though. Howland Shield Mage, 3/3 flyer for 5, and if they cast anything on it that targets it, they have to pay 3 life. That's pretty good. That's a nice flyer. A good like mid to late card. Seeing a lot of white in here too, so I mean it could be the white blacks open. You know, I might not play the Pledge Mate, or I might and just have to deal with like all my double black costs here. But I don't think I can pass the Howling Shield Mage up. That seems like a really good card. Lightning Helix. Wow. I mean, if I'm going black-white, I'm not sure I can just splash the red for that, but that's pretty strong. Okay, so there's a way to pay life. So it's 2-1. I can pay life to give it flying. 2 life. Put a counter on a creature. Target creature gains indestructible to end turn. That's a decent combat trick. That's kind of like, that's a decent flyer, mid-game flyer that late game's a mana sink. I don't know how fast this format is. I guess an instant sorcery gains flying or lifelink to end a turn. I'm gonna try this. It's nice to have sinks if games go long, and like I said, I'm not sure how long the format is, if it's a quick format or not. Probably going to go Environmental Sciences because it's a colorless card. It lets you search for land, so if I need a splash, it's useful for that. It's also a lesson, so I can search it up. Let's just see what else there is. It gains life. It's a life gain matters. Let's do. Oh, I remember when this was like Blooming Defiance in green. And I think it only cost 1 instead of 2 mana. Yeah, I'll stick with that Environmental Science. Strategic Planning. Great artwork. Not so great a card. 1/1 counter on a creature and learn. It's a sorcery though, so it's not a combat trick. So there is a 1/1 counter sub-theme, I guess, to black and white. That's a nice combat trick. Gain 4 life and learn. Kind of like a revitalize. I'm going to take the guiding voice. I probably should have taken that black vampire that was there, but I just started to run out of time. Take another Environmental Science. So I only have 1 learn card so far, and it's not even really a great one. So maybe I'll, now that I have 3 lessons, maybe I'll take some more learn stuff. Five mana to exile permanent. It's card disadvantage because they get a card draw off of it, but so a 1/1 can sacrifice it to sacrifice effects and then still get some value when it's in the yard. I'm going to take the Introduction to Annihilation. There's not too much really good for me in this pack. Maybe black and white's not as open as I thought. So that's another way to, search for land. Another way to another splash. It's a 2/1 for 2. It's not terrible. Kind of lose a card draw on it though, so could take another Spectre of the Fens. Not so sure about that. I think I'm gonna take the Campus Guide. Just try to stay open here, because maybe I might swap back into black green. I mean, there's that Elf Grizzly Bear there. The only card that is strictly white. Well, I mean, the Owl needs white, but that can be splashed. I could take the Campus. I just don't really care for those discard type cards. I'll take the Campus. Maybe red is open. I'll throw that sideboard. I'm going to play that. I've seen a lot of red-blue. I might be in the wrong lane here. Target creature gains death touch. And return it and gain life. Okay, so 3/2 menace for 3. It's not bad with Ward of 3 life. And whenever you Magecraft, you gain a pest. So that's a nice board clogger type card. It's probably like one of your main pieces for your Witherbloom type deck. If you gain life, each opponent loses a life. Well, that's really cool. If you gain life, put a counter on it. Maybe some of this stuff will come back, and I'll be in Witherbloom, and I'll just splash white for the Allen. That's also just a straight removal. 6 mana, though. But it does get you another card. I don't think I can pass that Witch, though. That seems really strong. Corrosion Grip. It's funny. Oh, it's a life gain. 2/2, lifelink on your turn. This white is really exciting, so maybe I am going to end up in black-green. In which case, slide that over there. And probably get that Witherbloom Apprentice. Though I don't have a lot of instants and sorceries right now. This is supposed to be an instant and sorcery heavy deck, but I'm just drafting wrong. Going in the old ways, you know, going for creatures. That would be good if I Witherbloom, sacrifice, dies, I don't want to counter on it. Pest summoning. We'll go with the Honor Troll. Great name for a card, by the way. And it's got a weird sound effect attached to it. Sacrifice a creature, pay 2. Lifelink. So that's interesting because I have something with more than 2 toughness and they don't block. I can pump it as a combat trick and do more damage, or I can kill something of theirs if it's got 2 toughness or less. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could use some instants and sorceries. Each player loses 2 life, you draw 2 cards. Okay, so that's kind of like a play on Sign and Blood. 2/1 counters on a creature, gains vigilance. That's a pretty good mana rock, but I feel like, you know, pick 5 going for a mana rock. Yeah, it seems decent. Exile a creature I control to exile target creature planeswalker. Well, if I'm making those pests, it ain't so bad. It's also a lesson if I don't feel like mainboarding it. It's a lot of, you know, it's creatures and planeswalkers. Experimental growth is interesting, but I just don't think I'm in that sort of deck that I'd want something like that. So this creates a pest token. So it's a 1/1 that when it dies it gains me a life and it also learns. That could be useful. Or gain 4 life and learn. I could go for the creature. 1/1 counter, indestructible. I don't think I need yet another environmental sciences. Just a 2/4. Number of lands I control. It costs a lot. He creates a pest. That's pretty good. That trample lifelinker is looking a little bit better now that I got some life gain matter stuff. But, you know, something that comes in at 3/4 for 3, or excuse me, for 4, and it makes a 1/1 jump. I'll do that. And he's got another cool sound effect, because I guess everything's got a yell in this set. Literally nothing here for this, so I'll just take the uncommon. Again, nothing. I'll take the land in case I come across a blue card. Flying Death Touch. Well, let's see here. Search for 4 lands from battlefield tapped. So it's a 5-mana spell that searches for 4 lands and puts them into play, or a 4-mana spell that puts 2 of them into play and 2 of them into your hand. Not exactly great. Duress. Necrotic Fumes. Fracture hits a lot of stuff. It does it at instant speed, but it would require a white splash. Let's take the Necrotic Fumes again. So another Professor, another Honor Troll. Kind of like that Honor Troll now. So I think I saw one of these in every pack. It's just weird. Because it was in pack 1, and it came around in round 2. I opened it in pack 1. But I think I'm just going to take it because, I don't know, either this is just a really bad pack or I'm getting cut hard. Another piece of removal. I don't know if I need yet another Honor Troll. Kind of lost track how many life gain things I have. There's really nothing else in here though, so. Ooh, we might be getting rewarded here for something. Beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature. When you sacrifice each spirit, discard a card, you draw a card and gain. That seems good. Another introduction to Annihilation. I don't think I need another one of those. Trample, token creature, for forest and learn. I mean, I don't see how I can pass up on this guy. Just take another creature. He's just a vanilla creature, but whatever. Something to sacrifice. Yeah, we'll take the Trample Lifelinker. rock. So Eureka Moment's kind of like a growth spiral. I do have that ability to splash blue if I really felt like it. I don't know if that's a card worth splashing blue for. Some cuts here to take. So 8 cuts. Let's see. So 14 creature, 17 non-creature. Now remember, all these lessons. First of all, land's all messed up. I really don't need the. I might not splash that. I don't know. It might not be worth it. It's really strong, though. So those could all be potentially sideboard cards. So how many learn cards do I actually have? 1. Oh, those are. So I got a bunch of lessons and only 1 learn card. Okay, well, that's something I'll have to keep in mind for the future. So if I'm going to go with the white splash, I'll need the environmental sciences, but for how good that is, I'm not sure it's worth a splash. So I really don't need those. Keep the removal in. I'll just take out the Inkling Sunring. Alright, so I need 4 cuts. Again, I feel like we're heavy on non-creatures, but I think that's this set. Really don't need the campus guide now. My curve's pretty much in the 3, so I really should cut there. I don't need that letter. Something that's not a creature. Just want to make sure I can feed that. It seems like it's a deck. What's a little more on the black side of things? So, yeah, I got two 2 gold cards there, 2 gold lands, so it should work. We'll give it a try.